guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Vanessa Canals and I am a maternity and beauty portrait photographer in South Florida. Today's video is all about creating this beautiful old Hollywood glow using two constant lights, my homemade modifiers, and this gorgeous hand-painted canvas behind me. I wanted this setup to feel glamorous, timeless, cinematic, and still have my own editorial twist to it. One thing I really want people to understand is that you do not need expensive or overly sophisticated modifiers to create beautiful portraits. Some of my favorite lighting tools are actually things I've made myself here at the studio. Sometimes creativity and understanding light are far more important than having the fanciest gear. So let's take a look at today's inspiration. Here it is. A lot of times I'll go on Pinterest for inspiration or ideas that spark creativity. But I think it's incredibly important as artists to create something that feels your own instead of copying an image exactly. Inspiration should help guide your creativity and not replace it entirely. That's very important. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I took inspiration, mixed it with some of my own lighting techniques and styles, and created something unique with a soft, glowing old Hollywood feel. But before we begin, I want to take a moment and thank you for joining me today. And if you're new around here, please don't forget to click subscribe on your way out and check out the rest of the library. So guys, with that said, let's get this party started. Hi guys, so one of the first things we're gonna do is create the set. And when I mean create the set, that means lighting, backdrop, etc. So one of the biggest things to do to make this my own, right? Because I don't want to copy it exactly like the inspo that I got on Pinterest. The easiest way to start there is changing the background. So in the inspo, the background looked like it may have been done on a white like cyc wall, and then the light being feathered away kind of gave it the illusion of it looking a little bit grayish in the background. So I don't want to replicate that. I could easily do that on my cyc wall, but like I said, it's good to kind of get inspo and make it your own. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna start with this beautiful copper canvas, as you can see it behind me. I got it a few weeks ago and I will be using it today for that, since it goes into like the warmer tones that I'm trying to set out. Just let's kind of take everything apart, clean this area up, and set up the light. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is physical light placement. So in the inspo, she had a beautiful golden light hitting behind her, but it wasn't too overpowering. So it makes you question, was there a modifier attached to it? Was it just a bare bulb? I'm not gonna drive myself crazy figuring it out, but I'm gonna do a bare bulb. The only thing is that a bare bulb just kind of shoots light everywhere, and I definitely don't wanna do that. So instead of just using a regular reflection disc that I usually put around it, I am going to use Cinefoil. All right, so this is Cinefoil. I get it on Amazon. If you buy one roll, it'll last you a long time just because you could reuse the pieces. So it's basically like aluminum foil. It's just solid black on both sides. I use this a lot to create my own modifiers. Yeah, because I feel like sometimes certain modifiers can give me exactly what I'm looking for, and I feel like the foil, I could poke holes through it, create lines through it, and that will stop that burst of light going everywhere. So I'm going to show you how I use Cinefoil for both of these modifiers that I'm using today. I'm sorry, for both the lights I'm using today. All right, so here is the first one. As you can see, there is what looks like a black circle around this constant light. So all it is it's a piece of Cinefoil, right, that I cut off, and I cut out a circle. I did make this circle a little bit wider. I have some where I've made them a little smaller, but the diameter of this one, I would say, is about 3.5 to 4 inches. This is the one that I'm gonna have shooting behind her hair to get that beautiful golden light over her hair. So this one will be what I call the hair light. So the Cinefoil is used as essentially a modifier. You're stopping a burst of light from coming out the way that it does without it. So here's the first one, and now we will do the second one. All right, so here is my second constant light. This is the one that I plan to have illuminating her face. I wanted to stop the most light out of this one, just because I don't want to blow out any of her highlights from her face. So I will be cutting a rectangular line in the Cinefoil, so that way a little strip of light is coming out. I still want her to be illuminated from you know, her neck area, her upper chest area. So I am going to be doing the line accordingly. But if you want to do this a different route, if you want to just do a facial shot where you just want a line to her face, then I would obviously make it a little bit smaller. So yeah, let's cut it. Okay, so here we are. I just made a little rectangular line. It kind of looks like a keyhole, but that's what I will be putting around my modifier, so the light only comes out where I have made the cut through the Cinefoil, and everything else will be nice and dark. That's that. Okay, so now that we've cleared the set, now that I've put my self-made modifiers onto the lighting system, let's set everything up and get it ready for the client. I will be adding 2 VFLATs to this light, because that hair light that's coming through the back, I would like a little bit of that light to bounce back onto the rest of her body. So let's get to it. All right, so in putting everything together, as you see that I have a V-flat, that backlight for the hair, and the light for the front of her actual face. So I feel like I made the entry of the Cinefoil a little too big, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of gaffer's tape just to minimize it a little bit. Gaffer's tape, if you don't know what it is, it's basically video, cinema, filming tape that's used to either tape like gels onto lights. It just prevents anything from melting and leaving any little residue behind. So I am going to cover it a little bit because I feel like it's too bright. Also, I am going to lower the power of the one hitting her in her face because I don't want it to be too crazy. The main light source is the hair light, which will be behind her. That is the key light, that's the main one. Hence why I'm adding a V-flat to kind of bounce back and illuminate her a little bit on her body. So I'm going to put a little bit of gaffer's tape on the opening that I made to close it a little bit, and then put the seating for her to get ready. These are beauty shots, so these will be close up. I am going to be using my 85mm. That way I don't have to get too close to her. I love a good prime lens, and an 85mm for me is kind of my go-to for that. So yeah, let me fix this Cinefoil and set the seat up for her. All right, so here is the set. I kind of did it in a wide angle so you guys could see everything because my video recorder wasn't getting it all. So here it is. As you can see, as I mentioned, that hair light that's up here, that will be at 100% power. And this will be the light hitting her in the face, where I had to adjust and change the Cinefoil a little bit because I had made it a little too wide. But as you could see in the back, you could already see the shape a little bit better. That will be illuminating her face and her neck. So as you can see, here's the Cinefoil. I added gaffer's tape just to make the opening a little bit smaller, so that way there wasn't too much of a burst of light. On my V-flat here that I have, you will see I have the golden part of a diffuser that I have. This is actually a reflector. It's like the most massive one that's sold. It's really big. I've had it for years and I never really used it properly, and now I get so much use out of it. Sometimes I'll shoot a light through it without the silver or the gold side, just through the white, because that also serves like a scrim. But today I will be using the actual gold to reflect back to her, because we want that beautiful golden light on her. You're comfortable. Yeah. So that way she's doing your hair while you're sitting. That, yeah. You're gonna turn a little bit more to me, okay? Yeah.
Tú me vas diciendo cómo la ves ahí en la fotografía. Entonces, tú me vas diciendo si le pongo más para adelante, más para atrás, si lo abro más.
Sí.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Ya me encanté. Esa me gustó. ¿La viste?
Alright, so I was taking pictures of her just like this with this gorgeous necklace she has on, and then we started adding some accessories. The model today, her mom is actually an amazing jewelry designer, so we took advantage of that fact and took several different shots of beautiful pieces that she has. So my light settings ended up at the hair light at 100% power behind, and the light that was hitting her face, I ended at 40%. This golden reflector you see to the left, it is such a great tool. It's also silver on the other side. It does what a VFLAT does. It just bounces light back just slightly sharper. But the golden side today just really hit the spot. She had some beautiful pink accessories I wanted to photograph, so I softened the look, changed my white balance, and wrapped her in pink tulle. Here are the lighting diagrams. So we discussed the first light that is in the front is the one at 40% power. The brightest light is the one hitting her in the back of her head at 100% power. Remember, I used Cinefoil to modify those lights, along with my VFLAT and my gold reflection disc clipped onto my VFLAT. Remember that you are shooting in manual as if you were shooting outside, so camera settings will vary depending on the ambient lighting in the room. And this is how the images turned out. Very high-end looking, crisp, sharp, even with a constant light. And then here it is where I changed my white balance, made it a little bit cooler, wrapped her in pink tulle, and gave her a little bit of a soft look. That's it for this one, guys. I will be back next week with a new technique. See you then.